parabola still, but now it's in this form now of a quadratic equation, right? And it's original. Remember, the graph of a quadratic equation is still a parabola, okay? So that's what you must just remember, right? So the way we are going to do it is we are going to complete the square. Nice, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Complete the square. That's what we're going to do then. Okay? Right. Just to remind you quickly how you complete the square for this graph here. Okay? So let's see. Right. So f of x becomes equal. My preferred method of completing the square is this. I prefer to say x minus. You see that 2 there? You take that 2. Everything is divided by 2 when you complete the square, right? Squared minus, then I take this 2 again over 2, I square that, and then minus 8. That is how I prefer to complete the square. Alright? So, remember in grade 11 we once solved quadratic equations by completing the square. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
That's what we're doing here. Alright, so we're going to solve this by completing the square. So it becomes x minus 1 squared minus 2 squared. Okay, you can even do this straight away in the calculator. And it's going to give you negative 9. Alright, you can just say negative 2 over 2 squared minus 8 in the calculator. And it will give you 9 anyway. So now we've got this graph in the form that we know. So now it's easy to find the turning point, right? It's easy to find the turning point there. And it's easy to find the x and the y intercepts, okay? Oh, yeah, by the way, we're supposed to sketch. So we need the turning point, we need the x-intercept, we need the y-intercept. And we know this graph is going to be a smiley face because the x squared is positive. It's still positive here, okay? So let's find our intercepts and all those things, okay? First of all, let me find my turning point. Remember, the turning point is this negative 1, but we make it a positive, so it's 1. And take that negative 9 as is. That's our turning point, right? Okay, now we need to find x-intercepts. Okay, you let y equal to 0. Okay, so when we let y equal to 0, what happens, right? So we've got 0 is equal to x minus 1 squared minus 9. As usual, take the 9 over. So 9 is equal to x minus 1 squared. Okay? Right. Obviously, I need to take the square roots. Okay, so take the square root, take the square root. That is plus or minus 3, and that is x minus 1. Okay, now I've got two values. Okay, or rather, let's just put this over, right? So that I have plus or minus 3 plus 1 gives us x. So, what that means is I've got two values for x, right? So x, the first one is when x is when 3 is negative. So negative 3 plus 1, what does that give me? 2, isn't it? Okay, so 2. And what's the other root? When 3 is positive, it's 3 plus 1, which is 4. Okay, I've got my x-intercepts, right? Okay, I need to find the y-intercept. So obviously we let x equal to 0. So to find the y-intercept, I just let x equal to 0. Okay, so to find y, I'm just going to say y is equal to 0 minus 1 squared minus 9. If you can just put this in the calculator. Okay, negative 8, you say. Yeah, it's correct actually. Okay, so now we've got our y-intercept, we've got our x-intercept, we've got our turning point. We can just draw our graph. Y-axis. X-axis. Okay, remember you must show your points. So the y-intercept is negative 8, so probably somewhere here. Okay. And the x-intercepts, where are they? One is at positive 2, the other one is at positive 4. So those are x-intercepts. There is our y-intercept. Let me just double check my x is negative 3. That is negative 2, right? Because it's not working anymore. And then when 3 is positive, that's 4. Right, that's fine. So we've got negative 2 over here. And then our turning point is at x equal to 1 and y equal to negative 9. So that means my turning point is here. The point is there, the 4 is there. So your graph is supposed to curve through 4, curve turn here, through 8, through negative 2, and there we go. Okay, so the reason why I showed you that completing the square is because sometimes you do get questions in the exam where they will ask you to show that f of x can be written as this. Okay, in case you get a question like that, then you need to know how to complete the square. But normally, if they don't show you, if they don't ask you for completing the square, and I know most of you don't like completing the square, you can just use this formula here to find the axis of symmetry, negative b over 2a. Right? When you find that, that will be the x value of the axis of symmetry. To find the y coordinate, whatever you find is substitute it into the original f and get the y coordinate. It's much easier, isn't it? Right? So that is another way in which you can find the turning point of a graph like this, in case you don't like completing the square. All right. So if you want for fun, you can prove that. You can prove this formula. But it's for fun. Yeah, it's not really needed for the exam. As I said, it will be just for fun. Okay, so it's fine. So now we need to sketch that graph. What do we need to find? Okay, obviously we need our turning point. Okay, so when it's in this form, for me to extract a turning, because it's in this form now, like a quadratic equation. So instead, I'm just going to go back to my formula here, x equal to negative b over 2a. Unfortunately, this formula is not there in your exam, so you must know it. Okay, so in this case, this is negative of, what is b? b is negative 4. So we're just going to put negative 4 in there. Over 2 times a is a 1. So we're just going to put 1 there. Okay. Okay. So the x value of the axis of symmetry is 2, right? And if I now want to find the y coordinate, all I'm just going to do is take these 2, substitute it into the equation. So I'm just going to say 2 squared minus 4 by 2 plus 3. And what do you get?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Okay, so basically what that means is that my TP then is x positive 2 and y negative 1. Yes?
So B is the 4 because the 4 is...
Yeah.
Because the 4 is second.
Remember, in your quadratic formula, A is y, A is that, B is that, and C is that. When you do your quadratic formula. Okay? Right. Now, to find the x-intercept, obviously you let y equal to 0. Okay, you're gonna let y be equal to 0. Okay.
So why don't you square A? Oh no, in the formula it doesn't like A.
No, this is the formula to find the turning point. You are thinking of the quadratic formula, which we are going to use now to find the x-intercept. Well, you can factorize still if you want. Okay. I know many students, their favorite is the quadratic formula. So we're just going to use that. Okay, so this one here, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, Remember A, B, and C. Right. Many students make this mistake. It's negative of whatever is B. On B, we have negative 4. Be very careful of that one. A lot of students make that mistake of just saying it's negative 4 without considering that the 4 on B is actually negative already. So that you have to be careful of. Okay? Plus or minus the square root of, so B is negative 4 squared minus 4 by A is 1, C is 3. Divide that by 2 by A, which is 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you know how to find this. Just find them and tell me what you get.
X is 3.
And
And 1.
And 1. Okay. Right. We found our x-intercept. So remember, it's just making this equal to 0. Okay. And then solve like a quadratic equation. Okay. For the y-intercept, we're just going to let x equal to 0 as usual. Okay, so basically what it means is where this x is just going to replace with 0. 4 by 0 plus 3. Okay, this one is kind of obvious because that's 0, that's 0, so it's positive 3. So that becomes 3. Okay, nice. Because now we have our turning point, we have our x-intercept, we have our y-intercept. It's easy for us to draw the graph now. So let's just draw the graph. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. Okay. With our x-intercept at 1 and at 3. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3. So at 1 and at 3, I kept these 2 because I can see that's where my turning point is. It's going to go hand in hand with the negative 1 on the y-axis, so that's here. And the y-intercept, we found it to be 3. So 1, 2. Okay, so let's put 3 on here. At least when you sketch, try to put your things in the correct space so that when you sketch your graph, it doesn't look funny. Okay. And then, this is the turning point. Be careful of this. So it means the graph is going to curve from there going up. And this is the turning point. The graph is going to curve there. It must pass through the intercept. It must pass through the intercept. Because you actually get marks for showing that in the exam. And there you have it. As a first activity, okay, I want you to take this 1a. Now, this one, you must complete the square. Because all I can do is just take this equation as it is, throw it in the exam, and then add the question that says complete the square. It's easy to do so. Okay. So this one, complete the square first and then find the turning point from there. Like you have to complete the square for this one. So can you do that as an activity for now?